Our group is doing a topic about depression. Depression is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Fortunately, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness and a loss of interest in activity once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at home or at work. Depression affects an estimated 1 in 15 adults in a given year, and 1 in 6 people will experience depression at some time in their life. Depression can strike at any time, but on average, first appears during the late teens in mid-20s. Women are more likely than men to experience depression. Some studies show that 1/3 of women will experience a major depressive episode in their lifetime. Our group chose this topic to bring awareness to everyone as people with depression should seek help as soon as possible. Thank you.
Why do you think people have depression?
They are stressed from their own work life. They tend to be stressed with work, friends, or they feel left out from the society.
Do you think people with depression tend to hurt themselves? Why or why not?
They do this to take their mind off from whatever they are stressed about. For example, people who cut themselves feel physical pain and therefore they can take their minds off their problems. That's one of the reasons why they cut themselves and suffer from depression.
How do you think people overcome depression?
They overcome depression by seeking help from a therapist. So they go to the counselor and talk about their problems and find a solution to overcome it.
Do you think people with depression should seek help? From who do you think they should seek help?
Yes, they should seek help from people around them. For example, teachers, counselors, therapists, or even friends. Their friends can be their listening ear and can also give them good advice on how to cope with their depression. Teachers can also help by giving sensible advice. Therapists and counselors can talk to them and understand the problem.
Have you ever met someone with depression before?
Yes, I had one friend who kept on cutting herself.
Did you help a person with depression before? Do you think that what you did was right?
Yes, I talked to her and understood the problem and helped her. She was having coping issues with studying, so I tried my best to teach her math, which was my strongest subject. I helped her by relieving her stress and burden.
What do you think people with depression should do to improve their condition?
They should talk to the counselors and understand their problems.
Have you ever felt depressed before?
No.
Do you think parents should be aware of their own children's feelings? Why or why not?
Yes, parents are the ones that are always there for their children. So as a parent, it is your duty to take care of your children by knowing what they are feeling and make sure they don't harm themselves.
Why do you think people have depression?
From my training, I understand that depression is a form of anger that people have when past incidents happen in their life and they find it hard, difficult to let go. So, over time, they will be consumed by the emotional struggle they have towards their past, and they find it difficult to live in the present. So when people get depressed, they find it difficult to live in the present, and they are always struggling emotionally, and that consumes them daily over a long span of time, about 1 to 6 or 12 months.
Do you think people with depression hurt themselves? Why or why not?
People with depression, one of the symptoms could be self-harm. So, yes to that question. But of course, that's not the only symptom. Sometimes, there are scientific reasons behind that. But hurting themselves makes them realize that they are alive. Make them realize that they are present. Make them realize that sensation, because very often they get so numb with their emotions because maybe of their crying, of being upset about certain things, that they feel numb to the world around them. They feel like they are in a little bubble in their own little world. So they hurt themselves to feel present.
How do you think people overcome depression?
Based on research, it is really all about social support. People around them, number one, must know that this person is struggling to function daily, and they must show this person that they care. Initially, there will be a lot of rejection of those people who care, but over time, I think social support will definitely help, at least somewhat. Of course, when it comes to severe depression, it will be quite difficult.
You see people with depression suicide now. Who usually
Having depression spectrum, there is a mild depression. It is while you can learn basic techniques to manage your emotions that you don't really need help, or you can just read a self-help book or Google how to manage your mild depression. I think everyone will have some level of depression depending on their life experiences, but there are those with severe depression who must seek help. In fact, they might have to take medication if they see a psychiatrist.
have you ever met someone with depression before? Please elaborate.
I have met many people with depression, of course, at different level. Most of them are able to function. Most of them seem normal. Very often, the struggle they have within is not often present, because sometimes they like to put up a brave front in front of people who they are not close to, that they are okay, but in reality they are not. So these kind of people, they are constantly seeking counseling help or clinic help.
Do you help a person with depression before?
I think it is difficult to help because you do not even know. That's one big struggle for normal people who are not close to those with depression. You never know until you see that this person is not well or just different. I think the key word is really change. Sudden change in a person's personality or behavior. I think we are living in such a fast-paced society that we don't always notice such sudden changes in people around us. So to answer this question, not really. I have not really helped anyone, but I do see the importance of giving the support if I have people around me who are close to me.
What do you think people with depression should do to improve their condition?
Once again, it really depends on how severe it is. Some of them are so depressed that they can't really even help themselves. But if we are talking about those who are somewhat functioning socially or in terms of work, I think these people should firstly accept that they have depression and they are willing to share with people who are close to them, so that they will be accepted and know that people out there are willing to help them.
Have you ever felt depressed before? What made you feel that way? How do you overcome?
I am generally quite an autistic I am generally quite an optimistic person and a bit quite lucky. So I've said before, but not considered depressed because I think to be depressed, you have to be pretty upset for quite a period of time.
Do you think parents should be aware of their children's feeling? Why or why not?
I think all parents should be aware of their children's feelings because they are their children. It is one of their main roles and responsibilities in terms of ensuring the well-being of their child, in terms of developing of their child. Their feelings are very important.
Do you think schools should have more counseling lessons on how to overcome depression? Why or why not?
Yes, I think so. I think a lot of times depression comes from small things that happen in your life, and sometimes you find it difficult. I think that it's not really about counseling lessons, but more like spreading awareness about it. But being depressed is not seen as something, as not a social stigma issue, but seen as a normal passage as some people go through. I think depression is one of the highest mental illness in the world, so we should spread the awareness, not just through counseling lessons, but through general lessons as well. Thank you.
In conclusion, depression is not something to be taken lightly.
Depending on the level of surveillance, there are different ways of handling and solving depression. But social support is really the main cure for depression. With social support, the person who is suffering from depression will realize that people care about them and will slowly recover. But still, it depends on the level of surveillance of the depression.
Herself. Please elaborate on his or her. Oh shit, is the same question.
It's not a social stigma issue. Having depression spectrum. There is
All around me are familiar faces.
The one taking a shower. Oh my god, this is nature. This is nature.